Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. In yesterday's episode, I said that Wallace Wattles wrote a book called The Science of Getting Rich, and his first chapter was about you having the right to be rich. Everyone can be rich, rich in life experiences, rich in relationships, rich in experiences and love and joy and happiness, and also in finances. Money is not evil or greedy, money is a magnifier. And you need money in order to live, in order to buy the things that you need to survive and thrive. And you need money in order to pay for things, your shelter, your food, your clothing, gifts for loved ones, knowledge, art, everything takes money. And Wallace Wattles said there is a science of getting rich. So not only of financial wealth, but in health and in happiness. So I'm going to start reading chapter 2. There is a science of getting rich. It is an exact science, like algebra or arithmetic. Whatever you truly desire, whatever you want, there are certain laws which govern the process of getting what you want, including in acquiring riches. Once we learn to obey these laws, learn and obey these laws, you will automatically become a member of that select group of people who live what is called the secret. Maybe you saw the movie The Secret with my mentor Bob Proctor in it. There was John DeMartini and Lisa Nichols, Dr. Michael Beckwith. It's getting to be a pretty old movie, but if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch The Secret or get the book. Wallace Waddle says, once you learn and obey the laws, you will automatically become a member of that select group of people who live the secret, and you will get rich with mathematical certainty. There is but one great law, namely, energy is. All physical and mental science is based on this one great law and its 7 subsidiary laws, which operate in conjunction with each other. The law of vibration is the law that serves as the foundation for the law of attraction. People talk about the law of attraction, but it really is a secondary law. It is the law of transmutation of energy, the law of perpetual transmutation. And that law says energy moves into physical form. So when you decide what you really want, when you spend the time not thinking of it, but visualizing, thinking from that place, that destination, the what it would be like to be living in that physical form, then the images you hold in your mind most will materialize in results in your life. So you want to get a clear picture. What is it that you really want? Decide. The images you hold in your mind, the images you most hold in your mind often materialize in results in your life. Then there is the law of relativity. Nothing is good or bad. big or small until you relate it to something. You might think that the earth is big until you relate it to the sun. You might think that a basketball is big until you relate it to the earth. You might think that a golf ball is big when you relate it to an atom. Nothing is big or small, good or bad, until you relate it to something. Practice relating your situation. If you're having an issue, you're having some trouble in your life, you're in a place where you're feeling anxious, fearful, depressed, thinking that there's a horrible situation you're never going to get out of. Practice relating your situation to something that's much worse, and your situation will always look good. I can't believe that there are still wars going on in this day and age. So if you hurt your arm and you can't go fishing or work or golfing, related to someone who is in a wheelchair, the law of relativity. Nothing is good or bad until you relate it to something. The third subsidiary law is the law of vibration, the law of attraction. Everything vibrates, nothing rests. Conscious awareness of vibration is called feeling. Your thoughts control your paradigms. Paradigms are the habitual ways that we do everything. A paradigm is the habitual way we think, habitual way we feel, habitual way we behave, how we act automatically. So conscious awareness of vibration is called feeling. Your thoughts control your paradigms and your vibration, and that dictates what you attract into your life. When you're not feeling good, become aware of what you are thinking, and then start thinking of something pleasant. Think of something that brings you happiness. Think of something that puts a smile on your face. Think of your loved ones, or a pet, or a beautiful garden, or your hobbies. Think of something that you really enjoy. And that puts you into a lovely vibration. When you're in a vibration of enjoyment, well-being, being at ease, then your creative mind can start to think more about that picture that you hold in your mind of what you truly desire. And you can start to receive ideas from from the infinite. We are surrounded, there's more stuff around us that is invisible than what we can see, what we know as our current reality. Hold a picture of what you desire in your mind, and you can start to bring it into form. There's also the law of polarity. Everything has an opposite. Hot and cold, up and down, good and bad. Constantly look for the good in people and situations. As human beings, we seem to focus on threats in our environment, on what's bad, on what's going wrong. I want you to start to practice looking for the good in situations. When there's something bad, there has to be something good in it. When something's going really wrong, you know something fantastic is coming along. When you look for the good in a person and you find it, tell that person. People love compliments, and the positive idea that's in your mind makes you feel good. When you have a good idea, you get into a good vibration, good vibes, good frequency, and then you attract more good to you. There is the law of rhythm. The tide goes out and it comes back in. Night follows day. There are good times and bad times. When you're in a downswing, don't feel bad. Know that the swing will change and things will get better. There are good times coming. Think of them. A nice thing to remember is this too shall pass. If you're in a stage of your life where you're really struggling, remind yourself of better times. Remind yourself, this too shall pass. It helps you get unstuck faster. But also, when you're at the top of your career, when you're at the height of fantastic living, this too shall also pass. The law of rhythm. The law of cause and effect. Whatever you send into the universe comes back. For every action, there is a reaction. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. You might believe in karma. You throw out a boomerang and it comes back. Sometimes it comes back to you and it brings you good. You put out feelings of anxiety, fear, depression, jealousy, and that boomerang is going to come back and hit you in the back of the head. It's going to cause you some problems if you're sending out bad vibes. Practice thinking about the energy that you're sending out into the universe. Whatever you send out comes back. Action, reaction. Say good things to everyone. Treat everyone with total respect, and it will all come back to you. Never worry about what you're going to get. Just concentrate on what you can give, what you're putting out, how you're helping, what you're building. And the seventh natural law of the universe is the law of gender. Every seed has a gestation or an incubation period. Ideas are spiritual seeds and they will move into form or into physical results. Your goals will manifest when the time is right. Just know that they will. We know the gestation period of a carrot or a potato or an oak tree. But there was a period of time that people did not understand the gestation period of a seed or a baby. And we still don't know the gestation period for your dream goal, for your fantasy, for what you truly desire to bring into this world. But every seed has a gestation period. When you plant a garden, you plant a row of corn, you plant a row of carrots, you plant a couple of rows of peas and beans. They grow and you collect the harvest at different periods of time, whether it's 52 days or 3 months or 6 years. We don't know how long it's going to take for your dream to manifest into physical reality, but it's not, it doesn't mean it's not coming. It means that it's still invisible to the rest of the world. When you plant your garden, you don't dig it up the next day to see if it's growing. You trust that when you nurture it, when you water it with sunshine, with the nutrients from the ground, it will start to, that seed will break open and start to grow and develop. And then you start to see evidence of it break through the ground. It's not ready to harvest. It still has to grow and develop. And when it is ripe and ready is when you harvest it. That's the same with your dream, your goal, whatever you want. You spend time nurturing it, spend time visualizing, spend time feeling as if it's already here. What does it look like now that your harvest has come in? The goal that you're working towards, the amount of money that you want in your bank account, the loving relationships, the purposeful work. What seeds are you planting? Nurture them. That means spending time allowing yourself to be at ease and creating the vision and acting in your mind, acting in physical reality, how you would be acting once you have attained your goal, once that seed you've planted has fully harvested. Who are you now that you have your goal? As you're thinking about who you will become, what you will accomplish, how your life will be, what you'll be living once you've attained your vision. Energy is what you're putting out is coming back to you as you're thinking thoughts and feeling feelings of what you truly desire, getting clear on that vision, getting still and practicing visualizing, feeling what it's like to be in that vibrational energy of what you really want. The natural laws automatically bring this into physical reality. Wallace Waddell says the best definition of natural law seems to be that it is the uniform and orderly method of the omnipotent God. Unlike any other form of animal life that has been created, we were given the power of choice or free will. Along with this power came certain responsibilities. The capacity to choose does not involve freedom from the consequences of our choices. The laws or rules which govern every individual are as exact as the laws which govern the material universe. You can act in accordance with these laws, or you can disregard them, but you cannot alter them in any way. The laws of the universe forever operate and hold you to strict accountability, and there is not the slightest allowance made for ignorance of the laws. If you saw the movie The Secret, you witnessed that the law of attraction will deliver to you what you do not want as quickly and as certainly as it will deliver what you do want. It is a natural law that like causes always produce like effects. Therefore, any man or woman who learns to do things in a certain way will infallibly get rich. The ownership of money and property comes as a result of doing things in a certain way, that is, by law. Those who do things in this certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, get rich. Those who do not do things in this certain way, no matter how hard they work, how hard they push or force, or how able they are, they remain poor. Getting rich is not a matter of environment. Wallace Waddell says, if it were a matter of environment, all the people in certain areas would become wealthy. The people of one city would all be rich, while those of other towns and cities would be poor. The inhabitants of one state would roll in wealth, while those of an adjoining state would be in poverty. We frequently see rich and poor living in the same environment. Often they're engaged in the same vocations, the same work. When two people are in the same locality and in the same business, and one gets rich while the other remains poor, it shows that getting rich is not primarily a matter of environment. Some environments may be more favorable than others, but when two people in the same business are in the same neighborhood and one gets rich while the other fails, it indicates that getting rich is not from doing a particular thing, it is the result of doing things in a certain way, using the laws of the universe, understanding, learning, and obeying the laws of the universe. Furthermore, the ability to do things in this certain way is not due solely to the possession of talent, because many people who have great talent remain poor, while others who have very little talent get rich. And it's also not about knowledge. You can gain all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it, you remain poor. Wallace Waddell says if we study people who have gotten rich, we find that they are an average lot in all respects. It is evident that they do not get rich because they possess unique talents and abilities. They get rich because they happen to do things in a certain way. Getting rich is not the result of saving or thrift. It's not doing things. Many punitive people are poor, while free spenders often get rich. Two people in the same business often do almost exactly the same things, and one gets rich and the other remains poor or becomes bankrupt. What are you in harmonious vibration with? From all these things, Wallace Waddell says we must come to the conclusion that getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. If getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way, then any man or woman who can do things in that way can become rich. And if like causes always produce like effects, the whole matter can be brought within the domain of an exact science. Some degree of ability to think and understand, of course, is essential, but insofar as natural ability is concerned, anyone who has sense enough to read and understand these words can certainly get rich. Getting rich involves the necessity of dealing with people and of being where there are people to deal with, but that's about as far as environment matters. It is not a matter of choosing some particular business or profession. People can get rich in every business and in every profession. It is true that you will do best in a business that you enjoy. And if you have certain talents which are well developed, you will do best in a business which calls for the exercise of these talents. You will also do best in a business which is suited to your locality. But aside from these general limitations, getting rich is not dependent on you engaging in some particular business, but on your learning to do things in a certain way. Lack and abundance are in the same locality. No one is prevented from getting rich by lack of capital. Of course, as you gain capital, its increase becomes easier and more rapid. But no matter how poor you may be, if you begin to do things in a certain way, you will begin to have capital. You must begin to live in harmony with the laws that govern the universe. Clearly remember the law of attraction, the law of vibrational energy, the law of perpetual transmutation. They're always working. The law of attraction never rests. What you put out comes back to you. The law of cause and effect. Think it, feel it, do it, and you will attract it. This is the great secret of life. Obey the laws of the universe. Get into the spirit of well-being. Learn, apply, have faith that what you see in your mind, you will hold in your hand. But you have to get a clear picture. Think it, feel it, take action. And as the energy that you put out is good, honest, faithful, you will attract everything that is necessary for the beautiful vision in your mind to become your reality. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.